Hi, everyone. It's Mrs. Smith in the library, and I'm here today to talk to you about NoodleTools. So, we're going to talk about how to log in and some of the basic features you need to know to set up a new project, create your works cited list, and to create your note cards. The first thing you do need to know when you go to log into NoodleTools is that we have set this up so it is connected to your Ledger Google account. So in order to access it and not have another username and password to remember, you must start at your Ledger email page, not at a Ledger Google page, but an email page. So here on my Ledger email, I come over to my Google waffle in the top right-hand corner, and I click on it and scroll down until I see the NoodleTools icon. I then click on it, and it will take me directly to the NoodleTools account. So when I click on it, it takes me, you can see I'm logged in multiple places here. You need to select your Ledger email, and it will take me right into my list of projects. If you are accessing for the first time on the right-hand side, you will need to tell it that you are creating a new account, which is one of the options. And you need to tell it your school, whether you're at the high school or middle school, and your year of graduation. If you have not been on in a long time, it may just confirm that you are still at Ledyard High School and that you still have the same year of graduation. But typically, it will bring you to a screen that looks just like this. Here, this is our main screen with our list of projects. I'm going to click on New Project, which is what you will do when you're creating a new project, and you can see your options here. So you're going to title your project. So maybe I'm doing an English thesis. We use MLA at our school, and middle schoolers will probably choose junior. High schoolers, you're definitely choosing advanced. This does not mean it is harder. It's giving you more options for creating citations. Go ahead and click Submit. One of the things that's important to remember with NoodleTools is that it does not save automatically. You must always click Submit, Save, or Done. And it seems to be different on every screen. Make sure you choose one of those options before you exit out, or your work will be lost. On this page, which is our dashboard, you're going to use this to share with a project inbox. What that means is that your teacher will have access to see all of the work you are doing with your citations and your note taking, and it will give her an opportunity to write back to you so you can get some feedback from your teacher. So you're going to click on Share with a Project Inbox, and then you're going to begin typing in whatever it is that your teacher has told you. And you can see I just had to type in the first couple of letters. I typed in, let's see, let's do that again for you. I typed in, for example, 3B. It will start populating a list based on what you've typed in so far. You then select and you click Done. You know that you've connected with your teacher's account. If you see over here, it says paper not created. If you are collaborating with another student, the two of you can work in the same NoodleTools account. You would do that here, clicking on Add Students, and then putting in your fellow student's Ledger email address. Again, you would click Done, and then your teacher would be able to see who's created what citations and note cards as well. Once you've completed that, you move to Sources. This is where you will create your citations. Each time you use a source that you're going to take information from to use in your project, you need to create a citation for that source. And when you click Create a New Citation, you can see where you have these choices: database, website, print in hand, viewed, heard live, file, app, ebook, and then other. Okay. Once you click on a tab, so typically we're using a database or website, you're going to figure out what it is that you're using. So again, this is the high school version. These options, the number of these options is because we clicked advanced in the beginning. So let's say our database, we were using original content in a database. NoodleTools then takes us to a screen with all of the different fields that we need to fill in. So we need to locate this information on the site that we are using in order for NoodleTools to generate that citation for us. But if you are using a database, all you're going to need to do is click this quick cite, copy and paste citation. That will bring up this box right here. So let me show you an example. I am going to go to my LibGuide, and I'm going to come down here to my databases. I'm going to use Gale database, and we're just going to choose an article on here so I can show you how this works. So say this is the article that we want to read, and this has great information in it. We're definitely going to use this for our project. Over here, you will see citation tools. You'll see that we are in MLA 8 edition. That is correct. You're going to select all of the text from this quotation to the period. Sometimes it's not a quotation. Sometimes this is the author's name, if there is one. You're going to copy. So you can either right-click and copy or Control-C will copy. Then you're going to come back to your NoodleTools. Click down in this box where it says Manually Edited Citation and paste it. Then remember, please click Save. You'll see that the citation is saved here on this page, and your subsequent ones will be listed below. When you are at the end of your project, you simply print or export to Google Docs your works cited page. You can see it gives us a title already, and it creates its own document for this. Once we have our source listed and we want to go ahead and take notes, you're going to click on Notecards. So looking at this page, this area is like our desktop where we're going to create all sorts of little note cards and be able to manipulate and move them around. On the right-hand side here, you can see this is where you would create your outline for your paper. So you know exactly what you're going to talk about in each paragraph. So we're going to click New for each new note card, and you're going to title your note card. This title is the only thing you're going to see on this desktop area. So maybe you're talking about the history of something. Then you say, okay, I'm getting this information from this source, which I've already added in my source tab. Then you come back to your article and you say, okay, this was really helpful. This is what the information that I need. You're going to highlight it, copy it, and put it in word for word right here. Then you're going to look at just the section that you found helpful, and you're going to put it in your own words. You can also, in this area, it's also advised that you put in your in-text citation for this so that you don't forget to add that in your paper. Once you are complete with this, you can see I didn't talk about the URL or the page. If we're using a book, certainly we're going to talk about page here. If your teacher asks you to do original thinking, to add original thinking, you can add that down here. You can add different tags to it. These are for more advanced unit users. I will also point out, though, that you'll notice that there's places where you can put your images, YouTube videos. Those can go down here as well. You can get a lot of information from these things, and you still need to cite them. So you can add them here so that you're remembering to cite them correctly. Go ahead and click Save and Close when your note card is complete. You can always reopen. You can see how I hover over it here and edit it, or you can just double click and it will reopen it for you. Here you can then move these around the screen. You know, if you want trying to have a whole history section over here, you can stack them. Please be aware that if you don't see your note card on the desktop here, do not panic. It may just mean you need to use this little bird's eye box and move it around in order to locate it. You can see the little gray dot right there. That will help you. Then when you're ready to write your paper, you can simply drop your note cards into your different areas of your outline and print that to help you, print it at the end, to help you write your paper. One more tip before we end is when you're doing research on a computer, you often have multiple tabs open. And if you're like me, you sometimes accidentally click that X that's in the tab and then get frustrated because now you have to find where that page was again and where you left off. If you come up to the tab and either right click, or if you're on a Chromebook, alt click in this tab, you can see you get a menu that appears. You're going to want to click Pin Tab, and then you can see it minimizes it and sticks it in the corner here. There's no longer an X on this tab, so you will not accidentally delete it as you're toggling back and forth doing your research. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Please feel free to come ask me or email me if you have any questions at all. My email is library@ledger.net. I'm always happy to help. Good luck. Thanks.